In this lesson, we are going to review the sum and difference of cubes formula. When we did this in the past, we had an expression, so we did not solve these, we just factored them. So we're going to factor them today just like we did in the past, and then we're going to also solve them. So to start, you'll see on this slide I have only the sum of cubes formula, and for those of you who don't know, the sum and difference of cubes formula is found in our classroom to the right of the smartboard on the ceiling, or on the wall. So you can find those formulas in the room also. So here I have the sum of cubes because I have a plus sign. That's how we can tell which formula we use. And my a and b are always the cubed root of each term. So I would take the cubed root of x cubed, which is x. So my a value is x. And then I take the cubed root of 343, which is 7. So my b value is 7. So now I'm going to substitute those values into the formula where it says a plus b, so I write x plus 7, and then a squared, so x squared, minus 8 times b, so minus 7x, plus b squared, since b is 7, 7 squared is 49. From here, I'm just going to move that up a little bit, I now have to solve because I have an equal sign. So I'm going to set each factor equal to 0 and solve. X plus 7 equals 0, x squared minus 7x plus 49 equals 0. So if you look at your original problem, it's a cubed, so I should have 3 answers. Cubic equation. So here I'm going to have one answer by minusing 7 from both sides. X equals a negative 7. And then over here, I would try to factor this, but actually it will never factor. So no matter how hard you try, if it's a sum or difference of cubes, it's not something that factors. So the other way I have to solve that then, I could complete the square, but I would probably choose to do the quadratic formula. So I'm going to plug this into the quadratic formula. Remember you have a, b, and c. So x equals the opposite of b, which in this case would be 7, plus or minus b squared, negative 7 squared, minus 4 times 1 times 49, all divided by 2 times 1. So as I keep going and simplify this equation, 7 squared is 49. 4 times 49 would be 196 over 2. When I take 49 minus 196, I get negative 147. So now I notice, hopefully, that I'm going to have an imaginary solution. And if you look at the graph as I'm working down here, you're going to see that. You will see that this graph, this one zoomed in so far, it looks like a vertical line. But it is crossing at negative 7, and there is going to be some curve to this. It's just zoomed in so far it's hard to tell. So if you punch this in your calculator, you'll see that a little bit better than my picture. So this problem I'm not done though. I look at my negative, or the square root of negative 147, and I see if I can break that down. Hopefully you maybe can kind of see how you have all these 49s involved in these numbers. So I'm going to see if 147 divides by 49. It does 3 times. So I'd write the square root of 49 times the square root of 3. What is the square root of 49? 7i. So I'd have 7i root 3. So x equals 7 plus or minus 7i root 3 all over 2. If my 7, 7, and 2 could be reduced, I would. They can't. So here are my other 2 answers, because I have a plus or minus. So I have one answer is x equals negative 7, and the other 2 answers are 7 plus or minus 7i root 3 over 2. Second one we're going to do then, you'll notice the difference of cubes, because I have a minus sign. Same procedure though, I'm going to follow the formula for it. So I'm going to take the cubed root of 8x cubed. So my a value, the cubed root of 8 is 2, the cubed root of x cubed is x. Then I'll take the cubed root of 27, so my b value would be the cubed root of 27, which is 3. So now I'm going to plug this into my formula that's given to me. Formula is a minus b, so 2x minus 3 times a squared. So when I'm doing 2x squared, remember you have to square the 2 and square the x. It could be written like this. So this is going to actually be 4x squared. A lot of students will write 2x squared here. So if you ever make a mistake when you have a number in this front of this x cubed, double check that because that's the most common mistake made. And then I have plus a times b, so plus 2x times 3, plus b squared. b is 3, so 3 squared is 9. From here now, I'm going to set my factors equal to 0 and solve. first one, I can go ahead and solve for x pretty easily. So my first solution is x equals 3/2. And then my second one, I'm going to have to do the quadratic formula again. So x equals negative, or opposite of b, plus or minus b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. X equals -6 plus or minus 36 minus 144. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 9 is 144 over 8. So when I take 36 minus 144, I get -108. So again, I'm going to try to break this down. I have 6's involved here, so I'm going to see if it divides by 36. 108 divided by 6 is, or by 36 is 3. So I'd have -36 times 3, which would be 6i root 3. So here I have -6 plus or minus 6i root 3 over 8. Because my 6 and my 8 can all be reduced by 2, I do that. So my final answer is -3 plus or minus 3 root 3 over 4.